Welcome back and happy Monday. Today we have some events, a birthday, a song, and a quote. So grab your favorite cuppa, settle in, and let's check it out. Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for August 11th. August 11th is the 223rd day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 224th in leap years, with 142 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is Hurkle-durkle. This is a Scottish term from the word hurkle, which means to crouch or huddle. The phrase Hurkle-durkle describes the act of staying in bed, lounging, or lingering in bed longer than one should, typically after it's time to get up or be active. The term Hurkle-durkle is known to have been used since the 1800s and was revived from obscurity by lexicographer Susie Dent around 2015 and eventually found its way to social media. Hurkle-durkle. The term Hurkle-durkle was suggested by Facebook friend and follower Becky Beener. Thanks, Becky. And if you have a word you'd like to see in this Word of the Day segment, you can drop it in the comments or share it to me on Facebook. And with that, August 11, 3114 BC marks the beginning of the astonishingly complex Mesoamerican long count calendar used by several pre-Columbian Mesoamerican civilizations, most notably the Mayans. On August 11, 1786, British Captain Francis Light established the British colony of Penang in Malaysia. On August 11, 1929, baseball great Babe Ruth became the first baseball player to hit 500 home runs in his career, with a home run at League Park in Cleveland, Ohio. As of the moment, there are 28 MLB players who have hit 500 or more home runs in their careers, a group known as the 500 Home Run Club. Babe went on to hit a total of 714 career home runs, a record that stood until 1974 when Hank Aaron surpassed that number. But today's item is about Babe Ruth, the first Major League Baseball player to hit 500 home runs in his career. This is the birthday of English singer-songwriter and multi-instrumentalist Joe Jackson, born August 11, 1954 in Burton-upon-Trent, Staffordshire, England. Born David Ian Jackson, he took the name Joe at the age of 20. Showing an early interest in music, he began playing violin at age 11, switched to piano a couple years later, began playing clubs by the time he was 16, and won a scholarship at London's Royal Academy of Music at the age of 18. He rose to prominence during the late 1970s and early 80s with hits like Is She Really Going Out With Him? And It's Different for Girls, before evolving toward jazz pop with the sophisticated and globally successful Steppin' Out. His 1982 album, Night and Day, became his only studio record to crack the top 10 in both the UK and the US, peaking at numbers 3 and 4 respectively, later earning gold and platinum certifications in multiple countries. By now, he has released 21 studio albums, with the most recent being What a Racket, a creative project centered on a fictional music hall character called Max Champion. And he's written a book called A Cure for Gravity, which he describes as a book about music, thinly disguised as a memoir. Today's song, then, is Steppin' Out by Joe Jackson. It's the fifth track from his fifth album, Night and Day, and it was released as a single in August of 1982 in the US and in October of 1982 in the UK. Steppin' Out became Jackson's highest charting single in the United States, peaking at number 6 on both the US Billboard Hot 100 and the UK Singles Chart. Jackson performed most of the instrumentation himself, including piano, Hammond organ, mini-moog, vibraphone, and drum programming, with session drummer Larry Tolfree contributing real snare and cymbal hits. Steppin' Out by Joe Jackson, link in the description. How about that? For today's quote, I found one by Joe Jackson. I'd say it's a pretty catchy quote about authenticity. And it is, "Don't mutilate your foot trying to squeeze it into Cinderella's slipper." Joe Jackson. Alrighty, y'all take care. Be good to each other. I'll see you next time. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlists in the description. You can find me on BitChute, Facebook, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, and X, as well as on a blog page called No Really. No Really. No, really. Consider following my Day in History page on Facebook if you're on Facebook. I also have a Patreon account now, or you can buy me a coffee. All those links are in the description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.